Greetings and welcome to today's presentation. The current Jamaican government keep talking about placing Jamaica at the forefront of the fourth and fifth industrial revolutions. However, with Jamaica not being able to feed itself through its local agricultural produce, meaning that Jamaica is not yet at the first industrial revolution levels. Hence, the government needs to stop its futile fancy talks and ensure that its citizens has jobs, houses, and decent roads before they get hyped up about the fourth and fifth industrial revolutions, etc. Jamaicans need permanent full-time jobs, decent houses to live in, and roads with proper drainage systems. These are pre-industrial revolution infrastructures that developed countries all had before the first industrial revolution began in 1765. Jamaica's main focus should be on using its natural resources such as all year round sunshine, beautiful beaches, and one of the most popular culture in the whole world. Using these natural resources to build a US $15 billion per year tourism industry. This should be the government's priority, of which US 10 billion should be strategically placed around Jamaica near areas with high unemployment rates, all paid for by foreign direct investments. Building 100,000 all-inclusive hotel rooms around Jamaica, costing the government very little. However, this will bring in an additional US $5 billion foreign exchange for the Jamaican government each year, while providing an extra 300,000 full-time jobs for low-skilled Jamaican workers. This way, people who are hustling day by day to survive can get permanent full-time jobs. The government would then be able to spend as much as US $2 billion each year on desperately needed infrastructures such as roads, highways, and airports, both for the visitors and for the locals to use alike. Also, some of that US $2 billion could be spent on health centers, schools, colleges, and a massively expanded heart program to train and upskill our youth, etc. All the above infrastructures have been developed in the West before the onset of the first industrial revolution that started in 1765. That's over 150 years ago. We call it Industrial 1.0, the first industrial revolution. Now, Industrial 1.0 was about mechanization. For example, using machinery to do agriculture instead of the slaves. Jamaica has not industrialized agriculture as yet. Industry 1.0 also saw the massive extraction of coal, the invention of the steam engine as a new type of energy, and manufacturing of railroads, which helped to speed up the economy. Now, Jamaica still cannot do any of the above without outsourcing to international companies. In other words, Jamaica have not even yet started the first industrial revolution as yet. And because we are a small island, we're not expected to do that anyway. So what we need to do is to develop something suitable for Jamaica. and stop this silly talking about how Jamaica going to become a hub for the fourth industrial revolution or fifth industrial revolution. All those are fancy talk. It doesn't mean anything at all. It not suit Jamaica at all. We're too small a country for that, for those stuff. Okay. Now, likewise, the second industrial revolution, 100 years later, are called Industry 2.0, that started in 1870 with massive technological advancements in industries that helped the emergence of new sources of energy, electricity, gas, and oil, etc. Industry 2.0 also saw the creation of the internal combustion engine reach its full potential. Also the automobile and the airplanes, etc. Again, Jamaica is still not able to do anything that the second industrial revolution has brought to the world. And if you can't do that, why are we going to think about 4 and 5 revolution? And this is the most important of all the four industrial revolution, the industry 2.0. Okay. Which is the cars and the airplanes, all that stuff. Okay. Now, the third industrial revolution that started another 100 years later, in 1969, where we see the emergence of nuclear energy, electronics, telecommunications, and of course, computers. Again, Jamaica is a consumer of these products, not a manufacturer. Okay, we consume them. Hence, the Jamaican government need to place most of its focus on bringing Jamaica up to the pre-industrial revolution levels with roads, bridges, and a proper drainage system all across Jamaica to stop the flooding due to heavy rain falls. Also, proper irrigation system to rapidly increase the country's agriculture produce is needed. A permanent employment and proper housing units for all Jamaicans are very vital for the country's development. All of the above can be accomplished through the rapidly increased tourism industry across Jamaica. We need to have houses for people to live in. We need to cater. Jamaica have too much of what the government call indigenous people. The people who are poor, the poor, the ones who are poorly educated, those are left behind. The country have too much of those people. So we need to cater for those people and put them into full-time jobs as well and give them housing to live in. Too much housing across Jamaica is of very poor condition. You see the floods, the rain washing away some houses, the board houses, very poorly built houses, rainfall, the water come through the roof, all that stuff. The country need hundreds of thousands of new housing stocks for low-income workers. Country need roads. The country, and all this can be done through the tourism industry. Now, of course, some Jamaicans will need to be trained so as to use modern technologies to enhance whatever the government is doing. However, unless the government deals with the basis first, everyone who is highly trained with taxpayers' money will leave and go abroad to work for more money than Jamaica can afford to pay them, simply because the government refused to bring the country's infrastructures up to pre-industrial levels. Hence, there are no base to build on. That's why Jamaica is losing hundreds of teachers and nurses each year. The base that the Jamaica is going to be built on is by using the people who today are idle, the idle hands, get them into some even a low-paid job, minimum wage job, get them into working. Do you know how much money that could generate to get 200,000 people working in Jamaica? that could be a boost to the country. That will boost the GDP per capita massively. That is the base the government need to cater for the poor, the one left behind, the low educated, people who are 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old. They need jobs. Some of them are 20s and their life is over. Can hardly read and write, leave school, can hardly read and write, and their life is over at 20 years old. And they have the next 40 years before they retire. They need jobs. They need to be catered for. If not, some gonna fall into gangs, guys into gangs and all kind of a crime. The girls gonna have kids for this guy, that guy. They have nowhere to live. They have to catch here, catch there. They need houses. They need work and they need houses. The government should use the tourism industry to bring massive permanent employment into Jamaica for these low-skilled people and give them houses. Build cheap houses for them, low-cost houses for them to live in. And that will boost the country. That will give the country the base. That is the base you need to grow on. The countries who are industrialized, they have this base before the industrial revolution comes in. And they built on that base. Jamaica don't have a base as yet. You need that base right now. Okay? Now, so first, focus on bringing 300,000 poorly educated idle hands and day-to-day hustlers into permanent employment through a rapidly increased, strategically placed tourism industry. This will generate the income for the government to start increasing salaries of the teachers and nurses by 10% every year for the next 10 to 20 years and beyond. People will then be proud to stay in Jamaica and work rather than migrating to work abroad just so that they can have roof over their heads. Okay, I will leave my notes in the comment section and some in the description section as well, for you to have a look at, and you can participate in the question and answers as well, and we go from there. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. Support this channel. Please click on the subscribe button, share this video, and leave your comments below. God bless you. God bless our Prime Minister. God bless the Jamaican Parliament, and God bless Jamaica. Until my next video, peace.